Hey guys, Saturday, June 6th, 2020, we have an AMRAP, as many rounds and reps as possible in 21 minutes. AMRAP 21 of 15 hang single arm alternating clusters. That's a mouthful. 9 burpees and 3 HSPU. HSPU is handstand push-ups, all right? I'm looking for 6 rounds plus definitely for this workout, all right? I think some of us probably can get to that 7th and 8th round for sure. There may even be potential for a 10 rounder in there. That's going to be every 2 minutes for the most part. It really depends on if you're going to bring the load down a little bit and move a little quicker. Are you doing the high skill gymnastics movement? Okay, that's all going to depend on that situation there. RX weight for this workout is going to be a 50-pound dumbbell for the men and a 35-pound dumbbell for the women. A little bit on the heavier side, but of course, guys, scale if you need to. Shoulders, shoulders, shoulders. We've got the cluster, which is basically a thruster with the added movement of the clean in there every repetition. But still, even with that squat, you're still standing and pressing, and even though you are using your legs in the press, the shoulders are going to begin to get a little bit fatigued, especially when we jump into the burpees, which is another kind of a pressing motion off the floor. Even though it's an all over the body type of a feeling, the shoulders again are going to be targeted and start to feel this. And then lastly, when you start jumping into the HSPU, you're obviously pressing overhead. And even though you are kipping with the HSPU, still the shoulders are just feeling fatigued the entire time. So that's the challenge with this bad boy is, can you fight through that shoulder fatigue and keep on moving to attain those rounds that you're looking to get? It doesn't need to be unbroken, guys. I didn't go unbroken the entire time. I think I went 2, maybe 3 rounds in unbroken. And then I had to start breaking it, and I broke it in different ways for the next 3 rounds, half or 5-5-5 or whatever I felt like I needed to do to get through it. The fatigue was real. It started to really hit me later on in the rounds. Demo. So first up, we have our single arm alternating hang cluster. All right. So what we do is we pick up the dumbbell with whichever hand you want to start with, all the way up, standing position, and then we were basically going to do a kettlebell swing to the shoulder. Okay, so you're going to hinge back, stand up aggressively, pop that dumbbell to the shoulder. Then we're going to squat with that dumbbell on the shoulder, stand up, and press the dumbbell overhead. That is the cluster, that motion there, from the hip to the shoulder, squatting, standing, and pressing. That's a cluster. It's a clean and a thruster combined. Next, we're going to switch hands because it's an alternating movement. So you're going to switch that hand dumbbell into the left hand or the opposite hand, whichever hand you started with, over your head. That's probably the best place to do it. Bring it back down to your hips, hinge back, stand up aggressively, pop to your shoulder again, squat all the way down, stand up, and press. Okay, so that's going to be your second cluster, right? You're going to continue this motion for the 15 repetitions. Okay, and it's up to you guys to switch hands every set if you don't want to do an extra repetition on the same hand every time. But it's really not that important. You can just go with your dominant hand. That's going to be just fine. Next up, burpees, the thing that we love the most. We do burpees pretty much every day, I believe, in our warm-ups. So standing in a tall position, reach down to the floor, jump your feet back, lay all the way down on the ground, everything touches the floor, push your arms up, your chest up, jump, snap your feet back to your hands, stand all the way up, and jump with your hands over your head. Handstand push-ups. This is a new one for us at home. It's very high skill gymnastics, and so we're just going to give it a try, okay? So Handstand push-ups, guys, we're gonna need a wall to accomplish this. You are going to stand in front of your wall. You're gonna kick up to the wall, lower your head down to the floor, touch it, bring your legs down like you're doing a squat, snap your legs up nice and straight, and at the same time press your arms out to finish that repetition. Repeat that 2 more times. It's basically like doing a thruster, okay? Just like our cluster motion, it's the same motion, just upside down. And most of the force is gonna be applied to the arms and the shoulders because that's what's holding our weight instead of the legs. Scaling, so load, guys, obviously is the first scale for this single arm cluster motion. Another scale for the cluster would be to not switch arms if the alternating motion is too much for us to handle in this moment. We can not switch arms, and we can do half of the repetitions on the right side and half of the repetitions on the left side. That would be a scale though, since the workout does call for an alternating. And if you're having any other problems like squatting or pressing, just reach out to us, guys, and we'll throw you a couple of extra scales to fix that issue for you. Burpees. So scaling the burpees, guys, basically what we can do is a step down, step up type of burpee. That's not really a scale in my opinion. It's just a different way of doing them. But the biggest scale we can do, guys, is a sprawl burpee, where we reach down to the floor, jump our feet back. We do not lay down, we stay in that plank position, jump our feet back to our hands, stand up and jump from the hands over our head. And then we can repeat that motion, that same motion on a chair. Okay, so there's a chair in front of us, reach down, put our hands on the chair, jump our feet back to the hands, stand up, and jump with our hands over our head. Those are the scaling options for your burpee. HSPU, handstand push-up scales. Our first scale is going to be a pike push-up, okay? So it's gonna simulate a handstand push-up the closest way because it's the same motion for the most part. So our feet will be up on a chair or a couch or a bed or whatever the case may be. We're gonna be in this pike position. Lower your head down to the floor, touch the ground with your head, and press out. And we want the head to touch in front of the hand. So we're creating a little bit of like a tripod or a triangle shape on the floor there between our hands and our head. And then press all the way out, pushing our head back towards our feet. Okay, so the head comes forward in front of the hands on the way down, and then back towards the feet on the way up. Scale number 2 for the HSPU is going to be basically elevated plank walkouts. All right, so you're gonna start in a plank position. You're gonna walk your hands back towards your feet, bringing the hips up nice and high, creating a pike position, and then you're gonna walk yourself back out. That's 1 repetition. Walk back to that pike position, walk back out to a plank, that's number 2, and then repeat that process 1 more time for your 3rd repetition. Challenges, guys. Today we are gonna be doing our pike challenge, so it's a great warm-up to potentially the scale for the workout. Again, we're gonna do 30 seconds with the right leg lifted up high in the air and 30 seconds with the left leg lifted up high in the air. Core challenge, our level 2 hollow hold, holding for 1 minute. Okay, our knees are bent, toes are pointed, arms are straight, facing straight up in the air towards the ceiling or the sky. We're focusing on the middle section of us, squeezing it, sucking the belly button into our body. Push-up challenge, 15 standard push-ups, okay? Shoulder to ankles, straight body, chest touches the floor, everything rises and falls at the same time. And then our squat challenge, our flexibility challenge, we're gonna spend 3 minutes in the bottom of a squat. Order of events, guys: warm up, pike challenge, core challenge, push-up challenge, hit our AMRAP 21, and then hit our flexibility challenge, 3 minutes in the bottom of a squat, and then we will cool down. Warm up today, guys: 2 rounds, 5 air squats, 5 inchworms, 5 arch ups, 5 push-ups, and 5 burpees. 3, 2, 1, and begin. All right, guys, that's all I got for you. I hope you really enjoyed today. Nice long one to finish off the week. It's been a great week for us, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Enjoy your weekend, and we will see you on Monday.